Hi there to my Earth Dominant people. This is your reading for September. Blessings that are coming in September. Let's see what the focus is. Strength. So focusing on your strength. Inner strength, building strength. Let's pull a crystal card from Healing Crystals decks. Pyromorphite. Protection, transition, harmony. I easily adapt to changes in my life, right? That's a great mantra for Earth Dominant people, because if you think about Earth moves very slowly. And your strength is in your consistency, right? Your strength is in your stability and centeredness. And you don't quite think of Earth Dominant people as adaptable. But that might be called on, and maybe it is the skill you have developed. This will be called on this month. And protection here. So you'll be protected during this time of harmonizing, maybe harmonizing something that's felt a little out of whack, incongruent, and it's been weighing on you, but it will be coming into harmony in September of 2020. Heavenly signs. That's a beautiful card. Heavenly signs, and maybe seeing butterflies or seeing some of those white fluffy dandelion seeds floating around can all be signs, right? Of positive change, of guidance, that you're not alone, that you're not going through this alone, that you are protected, that you've been heard. And co-creative forces are working with you. Give your relationship a chance. So maybe a partnership or relationship from the past will be coming back this month to be revisited, worked on, strengthened. Or maybe your current partnership will come into more harmony, right? As you harmonize internally, maybe you find that your relationships outside of you also harmonize. And you just experience more harmony overall in general. And then we also have explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes where the adaptability will come in handy, right? So if we're making changes here, exploring your options, maybe it will be, I am sensing September will be a month where you feel very attractive, that you feel magnetic, things are coming in, people are showing an interest, and there are eyes on you, and that appeal actually supports any romantic partnerships. Right? We find that to be true, right? When we're feeling attractive and we're getting lots of attention, partner tends to notice that. And appreciate us a little bit more. So let's see. Let's go. So I'm currently shuffling the Archetype cards by Carolyn Meese. And we're going to see what aspect of self, what part wants to take the spotlight this month, or will take the spotlight this month, helping us adapt, bring in some harmony here. Let's see. Child nature. I like this one. Friendships with animals, communication with nature, spirits. And then the shadow attribute, those are the light attributes. The shadow attribute, tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. Well, let's stick with the light attributes. How about that? Do our best to stick with the light here. So that really is in tune and in alignment with harmony, right? Finding harmony in nature and when we feel incongruent or out of whack, or I know that I am earth dominant, I'm earth and water dominant. I will tend to go on a walk near the pine trees or just watch the animals, just go out in nature, enjoy the sunlight. But it does tend to harmonize me. So maybe you'll notice that, and that will be a great resource for you in September. That connection, right? Particularly in those times where we feel disconnected, like with the social distancing and feeling disconnected from people we love, and or if we're in close quarters with people we love and it's not the healthiest for the relationship, getting too familiar. Maybe, the great outdoors becomes a refuge and a place where we can feel connection to something greater. And it does bring great harmony when you have that connection to the oneness of nature. So let's see. I'm currently shuffling the Angels and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray. We have the Shaolin Master. This card loves to show up. Be graceful in movement and action. Right, really creating harmony. And we see the praying mantis there. That might be a symbol for you, right? As you are in tune and one with nature. And maybe doing movement, like Qigong work or any kind of yoga or any sort of movement, walking out in nature, while listening to music that's harmonizing. It can balance the gait, right? And help us walk with more balance, even the gait, and create an inner sense of harmony. So maybe that'll be something that is really healing, providing, for your sense of wellness and well-being, and taking good care of the body in that way. And maybe you just find that you're really drawn to that and called to do it consistently, and you create a really strong, healthy pattern. Sorry, I feel like this keeps going out of whack. And that might be symbolic. That might have meaning. Maybe there will be a sense that things keep moving out of whack, and you'll be called to mindfully bring it back, right? Mindfully practice coming back to balance, centering, right? Centering, as I center the frame, because it seems like it's going out for some reason. Or maybe it's just an illusion. Maybe it's just in my head. Mindfully bringing it back, centering. That you'll find that you can be fluid and adaptable in that way, right? Maybe that is the adaptability we're looking for here. Anytime you find yourself coming out of whack, mindfully bringing it back. We shall go to the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot by Los Scarabeo. Let's flesh this out a little bit for September. What blessings can we expect for our Earth dominant people in September of 2020? We have an ending of a cycle. The Death card coming out. Major Arcana. So a real ending of a cycle. It can be the end of an issue in relationship, or an ending of a relationship that's maybe in the way of ideal partnership, right? Perhaps if we're entangled with somebody that's not for our greatest good. It can be a blessing in disguise if that kind of resolves and goes away, or distances out of our sphere, so that a more harmonious match can come in. That might be part of this transition. Harmonizing our protection. We do have the 10 of Pentacles. This is complete fulfillment in the material world, right? And interestingly, 10 is a number of completion. So, as you can see, there's some animals in the image, an old man to symbolize longevity, a couple dancing or in harmony, harmonizing, right? As they're not opposing one another, they're actually side by side. The 10 Pentacles, there's a home. So and a little child there under one of the pentacles, right? With the animals. So it is like this, the dream, right? The dream. So what might be coming to an end is being single, right? If your idea of a blessing would be to be in a harmonious connection, that will require some adaptability. So, and we have the Page of Pentacles here, which is a new offer, a substantial offer, right? Someone bringing in an offer to start maybe a new level of commitment here in relationship. Or a new partnership of substance, right? That actually has some footing and grounding in the material world. Something that will sustain, will have longevity. Because you're finding balance internally. So you're able to maintain it and go with it. Let's see what else is coming in. Interesting. So, the bottom of the deck, there is this Eight of Cups, which is this walking away from something that maybe was creating disharmony or conflict. Is that slowly moving over? Right? Or maybe this willingness to walk away if something doesn't work. Right? Gathering the inner strength to say, well, you know, these are things that are deal breakers for me, and I can't really compromise on that. So if this isn't working, I am willing to walk away here. And, you know, that strength being very attractive. We do have the Nine of Swords coming up, and this can be a card of nightmares, waking up at night with anxiety or insomnia, right, with worries. And maybe the worries aren't that unfounded. Maybe a past experience had somebody coming in just for your validation or attention, stealing away like a thief in the night, right? And maybe it was an air sign or an air dominant person, right? This King of Swords. Or maybe you're dealing with this air sign who had this happen to them. So there's trust issues and it's creating disharmony for you. And we do have a King of Wands here. A King of Wands who is a fire sign or a fire dominant person. Who is willing to step up. Who is seeking a queen, right? An equal in the queen, looking for his queen, his match, his ideal match. And if you notice in the 10 of Pentacles, which is the earth, right, suit, they're standing shoulder to shoulder instead of oppositionally. And in these cards, as they show up, it's shoulder to shoulder as well. So there's this harmonizing, this harmony. So maybe there is this, leveling up to a better match for you. Maybe from a fire, or maybe from an air sign to a fire sign, or air dominant to a fire dominant. Or this air person, air sign person gets more in touch with their passion and it improves the relationship. It harmonizes the relationship. Let's go to the Angel Medicine Oracle cards. Because we do have give the relationship a chance. Right, remember that? Give your relationship a chance. Right, by explore your options. So it could be like being found attractive by different people. And not feigning that or creating that, but it just happening. Like not forcing that to happen. Oh, where did it go? So we have Earth Angel. You are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love. Interesting, right? And sometimes that's by going through the ups and downs and learning the ropes. And Earth Angels can have sometimes challenges in romantic connections because they attract people who are wounded, who have this history, right? Who have relationship anxiety, who are wounded, right? They're people that maybe you're here to help or serve as a healer, as a light worker. Right? They're not really great for partnership. Because it becomes imbalanced, right? That becomes easily imbalanced. And remember, we're looking at balance here. So finding connection out in nature. Let's go to the Crazy Sexy Love Notes deck by Chris Carr. And just get one last card. Right, it's interesting too that it's Earth Dominance and that's an Earth Angel card. The Earth Angel And balance for the Earth Angel, balancing the light and dark, right? Balancing your ability to maintain boundaries but still remain connected, and finding your strength to have boundaries around people that come in to receive your healing light and healing energy, and making sure they don't have constant access, right? That there's some limitations around that, because you deserve this harmonizing feeling. You deserve to maintain that for yourself and enjoy that for yourself. And this month, the blessing will be your ability to really navigate that, finding that inner strength, and really striking an incredible balance there. And if a current relationship is asking for too much of you, asking you to show up as healer and parent and perfect lover and all of that, it's just not fair if you're not receiving that in return, right? And that's just a very heavy burden to bear for partner. So I think light workers find this to be happening and just keep working harder and harder to try to make this work. And they don't know why. They can't. If I'm just better, maybe it will draw them in, and it just doesn't work out. This month, that might be revealed, and then a better match, right? A better match. Someone who does walk alongside, right? That doesn't try to just get free access to your healing energy. Someone who's willing to walk side by side and support you too. It's time to rise. It's time to rise, Earth Angel. No matter what's happening in our lives, we always have the potential to rise above it. Rising is one powerful choice away. Rise out of our negative thoughts or our limiting beliefs. Rise out of our comfort zone or our complaints. Rise out of our slump or out of the potato chip bag. Get up and rise. What are you waiting for, darling? It's time to rise. And I think you'll naturally be drawn to nature, out in nature to connect, get back in touch with the master inside, bringing more balance and harmony internally, and that radiates out and brings more balance and harmony to relationships. So enjoy that in September. If you have other dominant elements, check out those readings as well. If you want a personal reading or session, all my links will be in the description. And thanks for liking and subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Earth Dominant. Hi there to my Water Dominant people. Let's look at your blessings for September of 2020. Pulling an angel card from the original angel cards. Compassion. That makes sense. Maybe it's time for you to have compassion for yourself, right? Let's pull a crystal card from the Healing Crystals decks. Yellow calcite. I love yellow calcite. I use that for distance healing and readings. Distance healing, cleansing, learning. I am mindful. So maybe you're pulling out your yellow calcite this month. Maybe you're learning how to do distance healing work, right? Which would be very beneficial, particularly at this time of social distancing. And maybe you're experimenting with tuning in from a distance and finding that you have some skill there, and that your ability to be compassionate and probably empathic really lends itself to healing work. And you're great even at a distance and people are feeling the effects. Yellow calcite really helps me tune in even more deeply. Where are we going? Oh, let's pull some oracle cards and get more information around that. Spring. So we got a timing card here. Or info about the cycle of manifestation. Your desires fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. So interesting that this is also yellow, right? And that might be that, it's your springtime right now. And September is your springtime in the manifestation process. So you're seeing things fully bloom, fully blossom. Maybe your gifts as a seer or a healer are really being amplified and acknowledged. And you're feeling really proud, right? As we look at the color yellow, maybe you're feeling really proud of the work that you're putting out there. We have yoga. Maybe you're feeling really in tune and in your body, aligned physically, or you're doing some kind of yoga teacher training from a distance virtually, or you're leading classes virtually in movement, and you're really in your element and it's feeling really good. Assertiveness. Stand up for your beliefs and only say yes if you really want to. So this can be another sign of success, right? As we get a lot of opportunities coming in, we have to look at our pleasing tendencies, right? If we're people pleasers, we have to look at that because success can be overwhelming, and we want to strengthen our threshold, or expand our threshold for success by knowing our boundaries and limits and honoring them, even when we're pressured, so that it can sustain for us, right? Everyone will want access if you have healing energy. Everyone's going to want free access to that, and it's just not possible. It's not fair either. It's not fair to you. So know that as you're growing, you're also going to strengthen this ability. And maybe you're finding that you're really compassionately expressing your limits, and it's helping you thrive even more. Let's go to the archetype cards by Carolyn Neese. Ooh. Okay, well, this card came flying out. Bully. The light attributes highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. And then the shadow attribute conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. So the inner bully might come into the spotlight during this time to pressure you internally, right? Outside circumstances of pressure might trigger or activate the inner bully and get you into pleasing mode, right? Like, come on, you can do one more reading, or, well, you should provide some free services, or, whatever the inner voice is saying. And if you really integrate the bully more, you're able to anticipate some of that and even become more immune, right? Have better filters around that so that you're not as susceptible to the outside forces and influences. So with the greater success that's coming this month, it's also this immunity to those pressures, and knowing that the people pleasing hasn't really served you, and we're really limiting that. We're really eliminating that. Let's go to the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards by Kyle Gray and see what the guiding force is here. Right, if we're looking at the part, that's the part that gets activated internally, the archetype that comes up internally. What might be an outside guiding force? Give it a good shuffle. Guardian Angel. Your guardian angel's with you, and maybe you're seeing feathers to let you know, right? Or symbols. You are not alone, right? Maybe you hear that song come on, right? Are you hearing that song in your head now? Yeah, maybe you're seeing feathers, you're seeing signs, symbols, maybe even light, right? Sometimes at night, I will see, I feel like I have a hair right here. Sometimes at night, I'll even see a light being appear, like a flash of light, just on the wall. And just to let me know, yes, you're not alone. You're being guided. And it's comforting. It's no longer frightening. All right. Let's pull some tarot cards. The Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. Get some more information about, for our water dominant people, what are the blessings? I already feel so joyful about what's coming up. All this yellow, lots of yellow. Blessings for the water signs for September of 2020. Nice. Okay. So interesting. Okay, it all seems to be coming out in the cards too, in the tarot cards. So 6 of Wands is victory, right? All that yellow. There's triumph, there's victory. Something to feel confident about, okay? And that's a great sign for September. And also the spring card. The 7 of Pentacles is here. And in this deck, this woman is gathering the fruit, right? Gathering the fruit, harvesting the fruits of her labor. The fruits that are bearing from the seeds that she planted. So, and that's the first card. So the victory card was the first, or the bottom of the deck, right? And that can be like an overarching theme of victory, triumph. Spring, your desires fully manifest. So desires are fully manifesting. Harvesting the fruits of the labors, or not even the labors, right? We love to say that, but words have power. So maybe it's really solid intention setting, mindfully tuning in, mindfully crafting an affirmation or aligning to a reality, really doing solid manifestation work. We have the Knight of Swords here as well. This is movement, this is truth, this is integrity. This can be those guardian angels coming in for support, to support. It could also be movement coming in from someone wanting your attention. One of those people we were talking about who, the assertiveness, right? The swords can be about assertiveness. So swiftly bringing in assertiveness when necessary here. And we have the 7 of Wands, which is holding your ground. Maintaining your progress, holding your ground, right? Even with the pressure, all the people wanting your attention, all the people wanting something from you, maintaining your limits. And, if you need to create a made-up assistant, or right, create a virtual assistant, a made-up one, whatever it is, to send people to do what it takes to create safety around you, yourself, and your work, so that you can continue to work in integrity by having the resources energetically, right, to do your best work. We have the Page of Pentacles. Which is this idea of, the solid material manifestation of a project, of a financial, prosperous endeavor or project. The page can sometimes be a younger male coming in. It can also be this like first incarnation of this project, right? A young, or right, the first harvest or first gathering of this financial opportunity. And the Queen of Cups is here. This might be you, right? A queen, water sign or water dominant queen. And going towards her dreams. Maybe even manifesting a partner. We have the King of Cups here, right? Ideal partner for the Queen. Right, moving towards him. Right? This could be ideal partnership. And we have the Star card. This is the big dream. Moving towards the big dream, right? Maybe, see, the Queen might have her sights set on this big dream. And while she's moving towards that, navigating all the opportunities and being in her power and enjoying the experience of manifesting her dream, she runs into her partner, right? So he wasn't really her focus, but he's on the path towards this dream. So that might be another blessing, unexpected blessing in September. Let's see. Let's go to the Angel Medicine Oracle cards. And the star is Aquarius, so that might have meaning for you. That's really the only zodiac sign I see here. I think it's the only major arcana as well. Yeah, it's the only major arcana card here. Workshops and seminars. Right, and look at the movement and posture there. So maybe attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. So maybe this is the opportunity. These are the opportunities that are coming where you shine, you show your gifts, right? You create an online class, online course, or content, or opportunities for people. Or maybe there are opportunities that are coming in for you and you're discerning which ones are a good fit for you and aren't. And see it as a gift, right? If you can frame that as a blessing. I know that sometimes it's easy as a sensitive or water dominant to feel overwhelmed by that. But it's a really great problem to have, really. We just got to take really great care of ourselves, not get compassion fatigue, right? Because compassion was the first card. Have compassion for self, otherwise compassion's incomplete. Don't forget that. This month, you're really going to be doing well, excelling at this lesson. And maybe that's part of it, is creating residual income by creating a course or some kind of content that you can market over and over again, right? So that it's an investment, but it really pays off in the long run because you don't have to recreate it over and over again. Maybe just adding a live component. But the recorded project is always there for people to view and consume. We got celebrate your love. Celebrate your love. Right? This king of cups that you run into on your way to living your dreams full out. When we cherish our beloved, the bond grows stronger. We create deeper levels of trust, intimacy, and friendship. It's all too easy to get comfortable and put your relationship on cruise control. So spice it up instead. Do something special and spontaneous. And if you're currently looking for your soulmate, take yourself out for a fun date. The happier and more connected you are to yourself, the more attractive you will be to others. Yeah, getting in tune with your pleasure. And know that you're being guided. You're not alone, right? You have a guardian angel working with you, right? And you're going to put that inner bully in its place, right? You're not going to get into people-pleasing mode. No, you're going to have pleasure and enjoy the experience here of what you're creating. You're going to reap the benefits, right? It's springtime. It's time to enjoy the flowers that have bloomed, pick those fruits, and and celebrate. And celebrate, right? So I'm really excited for you. Let me know in the comments if that resonated. Enjoy your September. Thanks for liking the video and subscribing to the channel. That's valuable to me. All the links you'll need to get in touch with me or to book a session, they'll all be in the description. All right, have a great month, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, empath. Hi there to my fire dominant people. We're looking at your blessings for September of 2020. Let's pull an original angel card and see what we're looking at here. Celebration. Fire signs are excellent, or fire dominant people are excellent at celebrating. Yes. So we're going to be celebrating a lot in September. Let's get some more information about what we're celebrating here. Pull some oracle cards. Health and healing. Great. So feeling healthy, right? Focusing on healing. Maybe getting some distant energy work done. I think it was the water dominants that are, so maybe if you know a water dominant person, get some distance healing from them. Make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. So I'm in a coaching program, and she consistently says, if you are suffering in any area, I guarantee you're not making a decision. So make a decision. And move forward. Priorities. Priorities. So maybe there's some indecisiveness about what to prioritize. And, based on my experience with this system of body talk, we work with innate wisdom. Innate knows what is priority to heal, right? So maybe looking into getting a distance healing session with a body talk practitioner. My mentor, Shelly Poovey, is excellent. bodyattune.com if you're looking. Her sessions are incredible. That's interesting how that came up. Health and healing, make a decision, priorities. Your innate wisdom knows. what's priority to heal, what's priority to look at, what sequence will benefit you most. So this month is September is about celebrating wellness, health. All right. Archetype card, part of you that wants to take the spotlight is Liberator. 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 Fire signs don't waste time, I'll tell you. Light attributes, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. And then the shadow attributes, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. So integrating the Liberator, interestingly, fire dominant people tend to be very independent and value freedom. So if there is this stubbornness around a certain belief system or a negative focus, really weeding that out, and perhaps that is the source of feeling dis-ease in the body or system, and really getting clarity around that and deciding which direction and how to move forward here will bring some relief. So what's going to come up is this Liberator, this part of you. That's the part that will come up internally. Let's see if there's an outside influence that's of support. We're going to look at the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. We have Traitor. Exchange energy to create abundance. Exchange energy to create abundance. Interesting. So maybe there is a tendency to only want to help and support other people, and there's a sense of independence around that, right? Like, I don't know anyone, anything, right? I don't want to be in debt. I don't want to be indebted, right? Not even like these unconscious agreements of I receive something, so eventually I'm going to be expected to pay that back. So you're being encouraged here to make more reciprocal exchanges of energy where it's beneficial to you as well, right? Connections are beneficial to you as well. That can be liberating for both parties, right? And seeing it as not just this exchange between two people, but also as supportive to the synergy of the relationship, as when two people come together in any kind of relationship, that a separate entity is created here outside of you, and you can consider what's beneficial for that entity of a relationship instead of just what do I need and want, what does that person need and want. Well, what will benefit the relationship and what will continue that synergy and create a healthy exchange instead of really one-sided exchanges that maybe have been burning you out. That can happen, and maybe there will be moments where you explode because it's just too much. And then you'll get back into celebration mode because you don't want to really address it. So it might be a pattern that you're breaking here. That's something to celebrate. Creating more supportive connections. You know what? I'm actually getting this feeling of this Reiki circle or energy healing circle, or even just support circle or group of people, like a mastermind or something where you all come together and share, and just amplifies everything, right? So maybe you are going to initiate that this month, or you'll be enjoying that and celebrating that this month. Let's go to the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot by Lo Scarabeo and expand on this a little bit. Creating abundance. Energy exchange to create abundance is the trader. So because that's an outside influence coming in, you might be skeptical at first. But you'll feel it out, and you'll sense the genuineness. Right? You can still be discerning, not following blindly. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so a lot of cards want to come out here, but I'm going to move through them briefly because they're pretty straightforward, each of them, even though it's a lot of cards, but it tells a story here. Yeah, the Chariot. The Chariot is fast movement, departure. It can be leaving a pattern behind. It can be leaving the kingdom, maybe going out and about for the first time, which feels really good to a fire sign, right? Still taking precautions. This is also the Cancer zodiac sign. Chariot is associated with Cancer, so that might have meaning to you, might not. This is the overarching theme. So the overarching theme at the bottom of the deck is the Chariot, which is creating inner balance so that there can be forward momentum in some area. And we got a lot of pentacles here, so it's probably abundance, prosperity. There's a focus on work here, the Eight of Pentacles. So there has been, this is the first card, so focusing on refining a skill or craft. Really honed in on your work, kind of tunnel visioned with work. We have the Six of Pentacles, which is charity, which is giving. So this can be the liberator part of you, right? Giving. Maybe part of you sees other people as not as capable as you, or sees other people as broken, right? So maybe you're all constantly feeling that pressure, or it gives you the sense of superiority sometimes, maybe, to give, right? Because these people are presenting in this image as inferior, right? Or in need of some kind. So maybe that boosts the ego a bit there. We have the Four of Pentacles, which is about stinginess. So maybe there's a pattern of giving and overgiving and then withholding, right? Because there's no reciprocation, and then, right? So maybe this is part of the pattern that's being broken here. And this is also what keeps you independent, keeps you alone. I don't need people, right? I'm happy with my manifestations, my money, my wealth, my prosperity, and I feel liberated, right? And maybe it's a false sense of liberation because it's not really free. It's, I keep people at a distance. I can celebrate with people, but I don't really need people. And when I'm around people, I just feel like I have to give, and I burn out on that. And then I go and I get stingy, right? And just keep to myself. I actually enjoy animals more. I like nature better. And then maybe it gives people this sense that they're outsiders in your life, right? No one feels really close. This is the spying card, the Page of Swords. This can be someone like watching from the outside, watching from a distance, right? Got Ton doing over there. He's Ton doing his foot. and just looking, spying. So it gives people the sense that they're outsiders. And then, maybe that activates this hermit part of you, this solitary. Maybe you feel like a lot of times this is a solitary experience, like you find yourself alone a lot, or you make that happen because it's just more comfortable, because then you don't feel like you have to go through this withholding, over-giving pattern. There's also this star in the lantern that's illuminating, and that's very fiery, right? Fire is about illumination as well. Illuminating the next step. And maybe that's something people come to you for. Maybe that's one reason people are drawn to you, is because they sense that you'll help illuminate that next step in the path for them with your skills, the High Priestess, with a spiritual vision, with your ability to see, your connection to your either spiritual beliefs or intuition, creative flow, ability to manifest. Maybe people see that in you, and particularly people who feel like they're out in the cold. They don't feel connected. They don't feel connected to the spiritual part of them, right? These people are outside of a church. They feel a little lost, alone. And maybe these are the types of people that the Liberator gets activated and wants to help, and then gets in this pattern, right? Because if you're more comfortable around people that you have something to provide for, but you never really let people in because receiving feels too vulnerable, and you're always looking to be the victor, right? Be the winner, the victor. Have a celebration parade because you gave to somebody and it helped them. That's a really beautiful thing, but then it starts to weigh very heavy, doesn't it? When there's no reciprocation, and at some point you have to put down the burden. And you're asked to make a choice, a discerned choice based on your experiences, based on your understanding here, going inside, right? This person is blindfolded here. This is not a decision based on the material world. This is a decision based on what feels good inside, right? When we look at health and healing and making a decision, we're looking at what feels right, what feels sound to the system, what creates wellness, right? And what will we prioritize here to create more homeostasis in this cycle? And because you're such a great manifester, we have the wish fulfillment card here, which is the 9 of Cups. And, this is an emotional card. This is intuitive and emotional. So, it's the only card in this spread that is a cup in the cup suit. So we have right, and that can the 9 of Cups, the wish fulfillment, is about celebration, right? Celebrating a victory here. And we're still learning because there is the 10 of Cups, which is about togetherness and harmonious relationship. But this is still progress, right? This is still progress. The 9 of Cups, that's still a wish fulfillment. emotional wish fulfillment, right? Let's go to the angel oracle, the angel medicine oracle cards, and see what might be medicine here as we celebrate this progress. Feeling more health and harmony, healing a pattern here, wanting to liberate others and then wondering why there's no reciprocation and we're burning out. Let's see. Visualize success. Visualize success. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome, right? We do see a positive outcome. And when we visualize, we go inside, right? We see with the inner eye. Going inside to make a decision. And on the blank screen in the mind's eye, painting the picture, projecting that image onto that screen, and see the outcome that you want to achieve. There's a strong manifestation ability, right? As we can see with the High Priestess here. In fact, that's why probably a lot of people are drawn to you, because of that ability. One last card from the Crazy Sexy Love Notes deck by Chris Carr. This month of celebration of breaking this pattern and finding more reciprocation. Feeling wish fulfilled. And you know, that inner part that wants to liberate others, liberating yourself from this, right? What a freeing feeling. Preventing the burnout that comes from these cycles. Decide, right? Right? We have several decision cards. Make a decision. Decision. It's time to make a decision. Being on the fence drains your energy. No matter what you choose, it will be the exact right thing for your spiritual path. Channel your energy, be decisive, learn, grow, decide. Decide. You can make it happen. You just have to decide. All right. And we're going to be celebrating you this month. September is about celebrating our fire dominant people, feeling celebratory for these wishes fulfilled. All right. I hope that resonates. I hope you're excited about September. Let me know in the comments if this resonates. Thanks for liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you need any of my services or want to reach out, all my links will be in the description of this video. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, fire dominant. Hi to my air dominant people. This is your reading for September of 2020. We're looking at what your blessings are coming in September. All right, so the angel card that's coming out is courage. So accessing some of that courage. Courage, so confronting some fears here. Maybe to make some big things happen. Get closer to fulfilling your dreams. Let's pull some oracle cards and see. School. School. The answer that you're seeking involves going to school. So maybe you are considering furthering your education in a certain area. Maybe learning more business skills or marketing, really to promote yourself as an entrepreneur, or to create your own online school. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So maybe making this decision and committing to growing your wealth of knowledge, or to creating an online school. Realizations and epiphanies. Okay, so this is exciting. Air dominant people tend to be really in tune with their vision And maybe a cloud is parting here, and there's a lot of clarity coming in around maybe a missing piece, some knowledge that would really support what you're doing, what you're creating here. Maybe an entrepreneurial endeavor, something that has been in the works and you've been fine-tuning, and maybe you realize there's something I don't get. There's always a hiccup in the process here. I'd love to learn more about it. And then all of a sudden you see the Facebook ad, or right, or it just starts to fall into place. Or you Google school for entrepreneurs or a coaching program, and you find something that really feels like a good match for you. You could also be starting your own academy or school on Teachable, right? Or a lot of people do Udemy. What's the other one? It's really expensive. It's a lot more expensive, but Kajabi. Maybe you're learning these platforms and creating something that will bring in residual income, and all you really have to do is market it. I'm shuffling the Arctic cards by Carolyn Meese, and we're going to see what part of you will be activated here, called to action, put in the spotlight. This internal part. Yep, teacher. Teacher, we're really onto something here. And you know what? Teachers love to learn, don't they? Teachers are always learning. Teachers value education. I consider myself a teacher, and I'm constantly learning. The light attribute, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. The shadow attributes, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits, and destructive skills. So integrating teacher a little more, and your teacher part is going to be activated this month, September, which is going to bring you lots of blessings, right? You might finally get that solid idea, that epiphany, right? It's all going to come together. This has maybe been in the works, something that was developing, and then there's a clear idea, and it's time to act. Let's see. So that's what's coming up internally, the teacher. Isn't that funny how it's incredible how that works out? So let's go to the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards by Kyle Gray and see what part outside of you might be a guiding force. If teacher's coming up internally, what will be the outside influence? Putting all that knowledge right into use. It's just potential information until we put it to use somehow. And maybe that's the epiphany, how it all comes together, how it all connects, how different systems or different techniques that you've learned come together, and you have this understanding about how this unique approach to doing the work that you do, or about how to teach this concept. Let's see what the outside guiding force. These cards stick together. Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Interesting that she's holding an apple, right? There's that vision of bringing the teacher an apple, right? Enjoy growth and reap rewards. So the epiphany might be about how you grow. How do you automate something? How do you streamline some kind of process? And maybe that's the missing piece that you're learning. to bring yourself more independence, to free yourself, right? Free yourself with either this information that you just need a little more clarity on, or by recording some of this, right? Some of these ideas in some format. Let's go to the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti and get some more information about teaching, school, reaping the rewards of your growth here. And maybe someone will acknowledge how much you've grown, right? If maybe a female, as the lady card came out, maybe a woman close to you, or a woman you know will point out how you've grown, or acknowledge you in some way. It could also be your ideal, oh man, I'm getting clumsy. It could also be your future self or your ideal self. If you do like a future self meditation, asking for guidance and wisdom there, that could be part of this epiphany. Right, if you are a lady or identify as a lady, or have a part of you that's a lady. Okay. Let's pull some tarot cards here, get some more information. Okay. Interesting. We have the Five of Pentacles at the bottom, which might be the overarching theme here. And this is about a collaboration. Putting your heads together, working together, meeting of the minds. So the first card we have is the Four of Swords. This is about going inside, meditating, taking a breather, taking a rest. So the first part of the month might be about resting or enjoying rest after a time of investment, right? If you've worked really hard and consistently to, for example, record a course online that you had been teaching live or whatever it is, and then just selling it as a package of the online course that's pre-recorded, and then just having some live components for question and answer or a mastermind group or something like that. So enjoying this rest. And interesting that the first card was courage, right? That the card we were looking at is courage here. So maybe it took some courage to use all those resources to focus on this, right? And trust that this investment will pay off eventually. And now there's some fatigue around all that investment. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. And so the payoff is moving, right? The payoff is coming towards you, right? As the Pentacle, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving card, or the slowest moving knight. but it's the most substance, it's the most valuable, right? Because it has the most substance and weight in the material plane. It's about prosperity. So it is moving towards this soldier who's resting, meditating from battle, recovering, right? So the payoff is coming. And then we have the Chariot, which is interesting. The Chariot is about two opposing forces balancing. So this might be after you've rested and recouped and rejuvenated and recharged. Once there's internal balance again, and the Knight of Coins has come to show, a glimpse of the financial opportunity here, that things start to take off, things start to move. Quick movement, so quick, and walking away from an old emotional paradigm, right? Something that wasn't working emotionally, some sort of emotional loss, this perceived loss. It could be over-investing emotionally or over-giving emotional resources. So leaving this paradigm behind completely and swiftly, right? This is also Cancerian energy. The Chariot, which might mean something, might not. We then have the Strength card. After you walk, this is about having faced your fears and taming that beast, and breaking through old patterns and coming into a state of inner strength. This is also Leo energy. So that might be about the zodiac sign. It can also be about, that recognition is the word I was looking for. It could also be about getting that recognition, right? Leo is about fame and personal power. So finding that inner strength again. We then have the Eight of Pentacles. So studying, studious, refining skills, learning things, right? Also staying humble and staying teachable yourself, despite this maybe newfound courage and strength. Also remembering that you still have more to learn as well, and continuing that process. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So learning about what you're passionate about and then teaching what you're passionate about really also helps build momentum here. Helps this idea and this project take off. We then have the Lovers, right? Which can be about partnership. So getting in touch with your passion as far as career supports your relationships. Particularly your romantic partnership. If you're committed, this is also Gemini energy, which might have meaning for you. And then choices open up for you, right? Choices. Remembering to stay in tune with the higher self, to make discerning choices that are appropriate for your soul purpose and in integrity for you. And also, so some of these are illusory, right? Some of the choices in the Seven of Cups are illusory, but the World card is showing that there are also real possibilities, a world of possibilities. This is also the ending of a cycle with the World card. But this is about expansion as well as, your idea of possibilities for yourself and your career and your finances. It expands. It can be entering a new cycle and a new threshold about your ability to achieve and earning potential. And then this is the Queen of Pentacles enjoying, enjoying the prosperity, enjoying, enjoying her achievements of what she's created here. Really exciting. Let's go to the Angel Medicine Oracle cards and see what might further support you in this process. What might be medicine this month, should you need it, as you're resting and building momentum. Right? Adding flex time, adding time of rest is important. That is success in and of itself. Right? Some people, when they visualize success, they see themselves going and going and going and going. Right? And you know, you might consider adding plenty of rest, plenty of time to have unstructured days, weeks. Like what feels like freedom to you, right? What feels like true success for you? Some people will find that it's being constantly booked solid, and some people might find that it's having a flexible week every month, right, where I can just enjoy doing whatever I feel like doing. So just decide that, and don't forget to include that in your vision, and then commit to it. Don't book yourself in that time, right? Just really commit to what your idea of success is and stay in integrity of that so that you can show up as your best self, right? I'm assuming there will be times of rest, right? That there will be times where you require rest in your schedule. That's why I'm bringing that up, because that card came up as the first card. So when you're creating success, that's part of the reason you're going to want to invest here, right? That's part of the freeing yourself. Right? Maybe going back to school or creating this school is part of this, and you're realizing that you're having epiphanies around that. So let's see. Air dominance, solar plexus chakra, that courage, right? The courage. It is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. So you're really taking charge of your schedule, taking charge of how you format your content, classes, trainings, and really being courageous enough to go your own way and to stick to that with integrity. Really getting clear here. And it might happen fast, right? That first taste of success is the Knight of Pentacles meets the Four of Wands in rest. And it gets exciting. It's like, oh, I'm seeing signs of success here. I'm seeing the first signs of payoff and finances, and I'm taking off. One last card from the Crazy Sexy Love Notes deck by Chris Carr, and see how we want to wrap this reading up. Blessings for our air dominant people in September of 2020. Forgiveness heals. Forgiveness heals. Forgive yourself and others. Let go of the old story. Release any guilt and blame. Everyone is doing the best they can. This includes you. Kickstart the healing process by surrendering all the judgment and hurt. Your health and happiness will thank you. And you know, forgiveness can also be the greatest teacher. You know, if we're looking at lovers, maybe part of this idea of teaching is teaching couples or teaching about relationship. Teaching people how to come together, right? After all, we did see the collaboration card. It's collaboration, right? So and maybe forgiving self, right? Because the solar plexus also comes up, and we can store shame in the solar plexus. So we might be really, that might be emphasized in September is healing that shame, right? Healing that shame. And perhaps the shame comes from comparing to others. But if we can own and courageously go our own way, our own pace, and manifest our highest good, we can celebrate our uniqueness, our individuality, and that's part of the solar plexus too. So, and that means that we can be our own unique, eccentric self, and maybe forgive ourselves for not honoring that individuality, right? Conforming at times, but not in September. You're really coming out and shining courageously, right? Coming into your power here. Taming that inner critic, taming that inner beast that maybe has sabotaged in the past, and turning that into personal power. So we're celebrating that for September. Those are your blessings. I hope that resonates. Let me know. Are you putting together classes or something? Let me know. I'm really excited about this project for you. Please do let me know if that resonates in the comments. Thanks for liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I'm wishing you a beautiful September. I'm so excited for you. And if you need me for anything, services, whatever, all the links are in the description. All right, so have a beautiful September, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Air Dominant.